Hi everyone, this is Rajkumar D, Assistant Professor from Department of Information Technology, Dr. SNS Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science. Once again I welcome you all for this video lecture in the subject Information Visualization. In this lecture we are going to discuss about visualization stages. So once again, we discuss about what is visualization, the process of transferring data into visual images. That is, the raw data into visual representation or images is what we call as visualization. So what its uses are, it makes the complex data to be understood very easily, and it also helps us to identify patterns and trends based upon some decisions can be taken, and at also same time it communicates a very important or very significant insights very effectively compared to any other process. So we have to discuss about visualization pipeline. So where the data will be arriving from or how to collect data. In this case, we will be looking at lot of data sources. For example, lot of social media slides and water sites and where many places data are available, and each and every second or each and every minute, lot of data is being uploaded or created. So those will be in different sources. So we will be using this ETL, extract, transform and load technique to identify significant data, and we will be converting all those into certain formats which is easy for processing, and we will be storing those things in a data lake, or else we will be having it in a data warehouse. So this is how data are being stored. So rather than what is the difference between raw data and meaningful data is, there will be some process employed so that meaningful informations can be taken from the data. So these are all the data where we do a lot of process like elimination, data cleaning and other processes, and they will be stored in a data warehouse, and then they will be taken for data consuming process where we'll be using a lot of SQLs to extract, and we'll be using several machine learning tools to train those data to provide meaningful informations. Based upon those data, visualization boards will be dashboards will be created so that information is communicated efficiently. So as this is the systematic approach of transforming your raw data into some meaningful data, which is going to provide either meaningful insights, or we can extract different decisions from those data. So the first process is going to be data acquisition. So here we are going to collect raw data sources, data from raw data sources. Sometimes it may be from sensors and instruments used in the case of IoT applications. And we have a lot of databases where we regularly store our data each day. So from those databases, data can be taken, and we'll be having several simulations to read data in several training or practice environments in very critical applications. So those data can be extracted, and where there will be several observations like a temperature or a climate, and we having, or else in an very critical industry we'll be going through several readings through several sensors or devices. So these are all the applications, or these are all the sources from data can be collected for information visualization process. So next one is data pre-processing. So this process helps us to prepare data for analysis. So here we will be doing data cleaning process to make data more meaningful, and if there are some handling process of missing values, so we will be deciding what kind of data can be accommodated in those places, and we will try to normalize the data across several entries so that it can be taken easily for processing, and there will be some outliers, so which may not be needed for our applications or our decision making process. So there's those data present inside our data which we are going to handle, okay, so may lead to different difficult situations. So we will be removing all those data which are not at all needed for our process using noise removal process. Next one is filtering and enrichment. As the name suggests, we'll be adding more value to the data by transforming or by suiting by selecting an appropriate data structure in which this data can be stored so that they can be easily retrieved. So several data processing, data sampling mechanisms also will be undertaken so that whatever population of data we are going to take, which is going to provide a very good result for us, and the interpolation techniques we are going to implement, and dimension reduction. As if we having several rows and columns, so we may reduce based upon our requirements so that the data can be more meaningful, and from those we'll be trying to extract some feature or some pattern which will be helping us to make the decision more effectively. Stage 4 is data mapping. So here we are going to encode the data, resultant data after this data enrichment process to a visual form. So we'll be using visual coding techniques so that we'll be deciding what kind of images can be used or what kind of representation can be used to represent these data, which will be easily understood by the people who are making the decision. So very important decision is going to be on choosing what colors and what kinds of patterns we are going to use, and what kind of size, what kind of shapes we are going to use. We are going to have a lot of this, so we have to go through this color assignment, size mapping, and position encoding techniques also. So these are all data mapping process are very important, where this is going to evolve into a visual format. So this process has to be given more care, and appropriate choosing appropriate color and choosing appropriate techniques is very very important in this process. Last one is the rendering. So as you all know, what rendering is the process of making it visible. So we are going to convert the whatever we have visualized into an visual output. So what kind of graphics pipeline we are going to use, and what is the raster tracing techniques we are going to use, and what are all the shapes and colors we are going to use, and what is the going to be the lighting, and what is going to be the shading. Okay, so even if you are choosing with this an appropriate color which is less appealing, then it turns into a bad visualization. So we have to be very very careful in those things to choose appropriate lighting, coloring, and appropriate shading mechanisms also. Next one is the camera projection, where we will be making it a camera ready so that it can be projected for decision making process or for a presentation. And next one is anti-aliasing, where we will be want to use different notations, means everything has to be very clear. So anti-aliasing process also being carried out. These are all the 5 stages. So where all the real world applications of information visualizations or scientific visualization, and to present data based upon historical and current developments. Next one is business analytics is widely used to discuss about the performance or discuss about future. And medical imaging, very very important and interesting area, where this information visualization is used to project medical data to take important decisions. And more important is financial data. So the entire financial institutions, they rely on visualization dashboards or Power BI dashboards for their decision. And next one is geographical mapping. As you all know, this is latitude and longitude informations to for providing real-time mapping applications, which can give you more exact idea about the geographical landscapes and all those things. So visualization is an important area, where it is going to convert your raw data into some visualization process so that decision making is very very easy. This is the mind map for visualization stages. First one is data acquisition. Next one is data processing. Third one is filtering and enrichment. Fourth one is data mapping, and fifth one is rendering. So I hope this session is useful for you to understand the stages of visualization. Let us meet in the next session. Thank you.